It was Paul Hamels who said, "The only way to learn mathematics is to do mathematics." Hello boys and girls, my name is Miss Aliyah Brewster and it's time for us to do mathematics. Today I'll be guiding you through the topic of percentage for grade 5 mathematics. So grab a pencil and a notepad, get settled because we're about to start. Are you ready? Because I'm ready. Let's begin. I always like to start off my lesson with a warm-up exercise. For today's warm-up exercise, we will recite our 6 times table. Let's go. 6 times 0 is 0. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 3 is 18. 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 5 is 30. 6 times 6 is 36. 6 times 7 is 42. 6 times 8 is 48. 6 times 9 is 54. 6 times 10 is 60. 6 times 11 is 66. And 6 times 12 is 72. Now we're going to answer some questions concerning 6, the numeral 6. To begin, first question, how many 6's are in 30? Think, how many 6's are in 30? Five 6's are in 30. Number 2, solve this problem. Mother bought 24 apples. She divides the apples between her 6 children. How many apples did each child receive? Each child received, of course, 4 apples because 6 times 4 equals to 24. Now we can dive into today's activity, which is percentage. However, before we discuss more about percentage, I would like to read a short story for you. The name of this story is The Big Sale. Julie had heard from a friend that her favorite store was having a big sale, so she decided to visit. Upon her arrival, she noticed immediately the sign at the entrance that said 50% off. She was excited. She ran to the dress section and picked out a pretty blue dress. She then looked at the tag and observed the price for the dress was $8,000. It cost more than she had anticipated, but then she remembered the sign that mentioned there being a 50% discount, and she smiled. Think, why did Julie smile after she remembered the 50% discount? And what does 50% off even mean? Now that you would have heard the story, let's discuss what is percentage. Percent means out of 100, where 100 is a whole. Percentages are important for understanding the financial aspects of everyday life. For example, discounts in shops. To express 1/5 as a percentage, we multiply that fraction by 100. What I did is to put a 1 below the 100 so to balance the problem and make it easier for you to multiply. So we can cross multiply by multiplying 1 by 100. So 1 times 100 is equal to 100, and then 5 times 1 would be 5. So now we have a fraction whereby 100 is above and 5 is below, or 100 is the numerator and 5 as the denominator. So now we can divide even further. 100, 1. How many 5s are in 100? 20 5s are in 100. Okay, so therefore 1/5 as a percentage is 20%. Try this activity on your own. Express 2/10 as a percentage. Did you get it correct? Let's check. To express a fraction as a percentage, boys and girls, remember we must multiply that fraction by 100. Therefore, 2/10 times 100 would equal to 20% as well. How did we arrive at 20%? We multiply. 2 times 100 would be 200, and 10 times 1 would be 10. What we can do then is to cancel out the 2 zeros, the 0 from the 10 and the 1 0 from the 200, and what will be left back is 20. Therefore 2/10 as a percentage is 20%. Now, boys and girls, we'll move on to converting decimal to percentage. To convert a decimal to a percentage, we multiply the decimal by 100. I repeat, to convert a decimal to a percentage, we multiply the decimal by 100. How do we do this? Look at the example on the screen. Suppose we're asked to convert 0 and 16/10 to a percentage. Whenever we're asked to convert a decimal to a percentage, we multiply by 100. And if we're going to multiply a percentage by 100, we can find that answer easily by moving the decimal point 2 places. Only 2 places. Right now, the decimal point is between 0 and 1. And if we move it 2 places, the decimal point will move behind the 6. Right? So the number then will be 016 point. And of course we understand that all whole numbers have a point behind it, so therefore the percentage there would be 16%. So 0 and 16/10 can be represented by 16%. Suppose we're asked to convert then 0 and 345,000 to a percentage. To do this, we multiply again by 100, moving the decimal point only 2 places. Right now, the decimal point is between 0 and 3. If we move it 2 places, it will go between 4 and 5. Therefore, 0 and 345,000 as our percentage is 34 and 5/10%. Try these activities on your own. Express the following decimals as percentage. Did you get all correct? Let's check. Remember, to express a decimal as a percentage, we multiply that decimal by 100. To do this, we simply need to move the decimal point 2 places only. So for the first problem, we had 0.63 hundredths times 100. We move the decimal point 2 places, and that would mean 63%. For the second one, we had 1.60 hundredths times 100. We move the decimal 2 places, and that would give us 160%. While for the last one, we had 0.54 hundredths times 100. Therefore, we move the decimal point again 2 places, and that will equal to 54%. Thank you, boys and girls, for tuning into today's lessons. Remember, the only way to learn mathematics is to do mathematics. So even though our study time might be over, you can still continue studying on your own. Remember, if you want to be successful at your upcoming exams, you must practice. Thank you for tuning in, and goodbye.